All right, finally, let's look at grid lines and ticks. So we'll expand those options. So for the vertical axis here, which is the y-axis, major spacing is by step. And if we wanted to maybe not do it by hundreds, but we could do it by 50s, we could do it that way. And so this would be acceptable. Doesn't look like it's overcrowding the vertical axis here. But it would be too much to maybe add minor labels here. So minor would be labels or tick marks between each of these major marks. So this is maybe a little too much, because as you start to trace over, if you're doing it with your eye, you might mix up which line you're actually tracing over. So I think that's just too many. That should be sufficient. Now with grid lines, again, I generally like to not have grid lines. They kind of, since your figure and your data is composed of lines, if you have grid lines in there, it makes it too busy and it makes it harder to actually see the shape of the data that you're actually trying to illustrate. So here, if we turn it off, okay, that makes it much easier to see. But the thing that I don't like, about this so far is, we're not able to kind of put a nice black border around our plot area. But maybe we'll be able to do that soon. I am going to put major tick marks, but I want the tick marks to be outside of the plot area. So instead of tick position being cross, I'm going to change that to outside. That's better. And tick length audio is fine. Let's make that thicker. That's maybe too thick. Let's make that maybe 3. All right, that looks better. And line color, to make that black, just to make sure it's setting it there. And we chose not to have minor ticks. I think that would be too much. So we'll turn that off. Okay, so that's for the vertical axis. Let's see what our options are for the horizontal axis. We've got major tick marks. Okay, good. So by clicking major tick marks on, it actually turned on this bottom horizontal axis line. And you can see the reason why you want to have tick marks on the outside only is because when it crosses into the plot area, it can actually intersect with your graph, with your data, which is kind of what's happening right here. So I'm going to put this to outside. Okay, and now you can at least see that there's a little bit of separation there. Line thickness, okay, we want 3 because that's what I had on the vertical axis, and line color, we'll just make sure it's black. Tick length, we'll just leave it auto, that should be fine. And again, I wish there was a way we could put, some kind of bounding border around the plot area, but I don't see customizable option for that. Okay, so I think that is all we can do here. Yep. Can't see, even though I can select this plot area, I don't have an option to kind of add a border. So this is really the best we're going to be able to do there. Let's see what options we have actually for coloring the data here. Let's go ahead and stop this video here. Let's see if I can find something for that.